and coffee.
Well, if no one's gonna drink this, maybe I'll just... Ugh, that's terrible. That's...
It's Friday. I don't know if anybody's even here right now. Penny's here. D-Bud Martin's here. Good morning, Monkey Jeebus. They literally showed up. You guys just showed up right at the last second. Oh, yeah, it's just me. Nobody's here. John's out today. Dawn's still sick. I don't know what's going on with Anima. She just said that she wasn't feeling too well. And so our little factotum of Anima's not here. And so I'm sitting, as I woke up this morning, I'm like, it's just gonna be Martin and me. Martin's not here. He dropped out last second. I think he lost the internet. Bill's here though. Bill's hanging out with me.
What's happening?
I think I'm in a murder mystery. They could bumping everybody off.
It's like, what happened? I mean,
is Agatha Christie writing my story?
John and Martin was just here.
Yeah, Martin was like, yeah. He's like, I could hear him breathing, and then suddenly silence. And I'm like, what? And then I hear Bill go, oh shit, Martin's gone. And I look up and I'm like, oh, he is. Holy shit. So wow, what a Friday. I'm hoping everybody feels better. I hate it whenever I have those days where I just kind of muscle through it, where I don't want to get out of the bed, and it's like, after I hit 50, it's like there are parts of my body I didn't know could hurt. And I'm like, what is this? But look, Don's down for the count. He got hit by a major virus this week, rhinovirus. Vicky got it first. And of course, we all know how loving and doting that Don is. So he got sick. But we got a big plan for next week, Bill. I got a message from Don this morning that it's on next Wednesday. The debate between, that's right, Dr. John Brandenburg and astronomer Mark D'Antonio.
Oh, boy.
Are going to go at it head to head on our show next Wednesday.
Oh, boy. I got to be
the whole atomic. Yeah. Normally that's Chanel, but I don't think you want to miss this one.
I'll hang out. I'll watch.
We got to promote the shit out of it too. I want to make sure people want to watch this, because this is something you don't want to miss. Is two big guys in the community, UFO community, going to go head to head on his statement that he discovered that what was it, 2.5 million years ago, there were two nuclear blasts, and the nuclear residue can only be caused by two things: an atomic blast or a supernova. And clearly we didn't have a supernova because our sun's still here. And it's horrifying, but at the same time, Mark's saying no, it could be this. And so I want to see if I learned something or if I learned something else. But Wednesday's show is going to be good. So we're not going to be talking about Skinwalker Ranch on Wednesday. We're going to bump that to the next week. And I think this week I just posted it on Twitter while you guys were talking and Martin was disappearing.
Martin's back now.
Martin?
Hello.
Did you lose internet?
Hmm?
Did you lose internet? What happened?
Yes, internet, even cell phone signal. I was trying to reach to you via Skype by using my cell phone data, and I couldn't.
I turn it all off when we do a show.
No. My message don't get out.
Didn't get out. Send it anyway. What if? You're saying what if we were a binary star system? I don't think so. You would find a lot more residue in the solar system. We would have had signs of that happening.
Not to mention that one star going to shit, it would most probably take the other one with it.
Possibly, if they're close enough. But a binary star system, if we lost one of those stars, clearly because one was older than the other, there would be so much evidence of that it would just be ridiculous. And by the way, speaking of evidence, I heard a guy just this week, if you're a Bigfoot, why are there no bones? Why don't you find bones? And I'm like, well, they're clearly sentient because they try to fucking avoid us. So sentient creatures tend to bury their dead.
So wait a minute. Are we blaming that one or this one for this?
I'm not blaming either. I'm just saying that if Sasquatches exist or any of those cryptids exist, they bury themselves. They're not deer. They're just a drop dead in the fucking woods, you know?
Well, I think the real important thing in this conversation is that we have realized the fact that we live in a non-binary system.
Shut up, Martin. I knew you were gonna go there. The minute you said, "Oh, fuck you, Martin."
There's somebody told me last night while I was gaming. There's a new Star Trek game coming out in May.
Mm?
Oh man, yeah,
video game
and a video game. I looked into it last night after I was playing another game. I'll tell you one thing. I was playing. What the hell was I playing last night? It was really the new Star Wars game. I like it. But let me see if I can show you. Look, it looks like the storyline might have potential, but the graphics, I was like, what kind of BS is this about? I mean, I could share the screen if you guys want to touch it for a second. And then you guys can get into the movie or the series.
No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this today.
Look, you're not?
My team's not here. They're not here. I'm not going to do the show without them. I don't know. My one opinion on something is like I'm just going to talk about other shit today.
Hey, I can talk. I can talk about.
I want to point out something.
Tomorrow.
Hold on, before we go into it, I want to respond to what Monkey was saying. Look, binary star systems, this does happen. Stars consume other stars. A star can consume another star. But again, you won't get residue on one planet and not on the others. So, and there would be also trace elements all over our solar system. Because in the consuming of it, if there was a blast from that, it's everywhere. It's not just going to be on that one location.
But didn't they say in Israel they found some residue of radioactive material?
Well, they have found traces here. And this is where what Monkey is saying could be possible.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Is that they found traces of the same thing that they found on Mars, that there was a nuclear blast, prehistoric nuclear blast here. And I don't think it's just one spot. I think they found it in a couple of spots. But the thing is, trace elements, and it's really weird. I am absolutely of the school of thought that what's written about in the Hindu text happened here. I believe something happened here. A battle took place here, and I wouldn't be surprised if atomics, to quote Dune, atomics were used, because that's how we refer to it in Dune.
Yep.
I would not be surprised if that was used by whatever these things were that fought here.
Do
That
you know
fighting in
what
the sky.
surprises me?
What's that?
This Penny doing the first bridge.
Oh no! Oh, where has this world come to? Oh. All right, I do want to make fun of something. I posted in like a bunch of our friends, mags. They all just thought it was hilarious what I said. Let me get this straight. The Screenwriters Guild goes on strike because they don't want to be replaced by AI script writing.
Yeah,
And
it sounds like
immediately
self-defeating.
during the strike, immediately the studios go, well, maybe we should get AI in here in the interim while they're on strike.
Yes.
And then I said, my final comment was, you can't just write this stuff. It's just like, this is insane. This is like irony happening in real time. It's just like, what the fuck? And the studios are like, yo, what we'll do is we'll have these scripts written by AI, and then when they're not striking anymore, we'll have the real writers clean it up. And I'm like,
Nope.
have studios become trolls now? Because that's a troll move right there.
Well,
You know that, right?
they have been trolling the audience for what,
Oh, we've been
7 years now?
But that's not the studios. That's the fucking writers being hired by the studio trolling us. And I don't give a shit about most of the writers out there. I'd say 70% of them. Trim them off. Trim the fat. They're terrible writers. Right now, Hollywood is populated by some of the worst writers. At the same time, there's a handful of amazing writers today. And of course, one of them I always tout is Taylor Sheridan. He's the best screenwriter working in television. And he's worked on some films too that are really good.
How about we give Penny her video?
You're in charge of that? Fucking, you do
What?
it.
I didn't know I was in charge of
I
that.
put you in charge of that a while back, and you're always like turning me to do it. No,
But
you fucking do it.
You always forget
No,
to tell me those things.
You can do it. I'm out of
Okay.
caffeine, by the way, so I'm all on Gary energy today.
Well, in honor to the great Arnie, here we go.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last?
That's right, Major. You did.
I lied.
Best dummy drop ever. Boy, he was well lit for a night shot.
Right?
I make fun of that.
Oh.
I hate lighting that's obvious in film.
Well,
Did I yell at Dork for Sunday? What happened Sunday? I know that he tried to talk to me last night, and I said, dude, I'm at a friend's house partying. We're gaming last night. I found an RPG game I'm enjoying playing. It's called Blood on the Clock Tower.
I've never heard of that one.
I had never heard of it either. So I'm at Chance and John's house last night with my buddy Travis, Ben, and his wife, and Kyle and Crystal were very close friends of mine. We're all just hanging out playing this game. And I don't like RPG games. You guys know that. You've heard me talk about it. I just don't fucking like them. I get bored. But this game is fun because it's like a murder mystery, and you're trying to figure out who is who in the game. And two of us are in league with each other. One is the devil, and the other one is a very evil person that if the devil kills himself, that person becomes the new devil. And we keep murdering people, and everybody goes to sleep during the game. And when you wake up, some might be dead. It's a fun fucking game. And it's so funny. The very first time I played, I was the devil. And I'm like, and when you go to sleep, the dungeon master touches your shoulder, and you're supposed to communicate with them while they're walking around the table. And everybody can fucking hear me when I'm like, what do I do with this? I don't. And everybody knew immediately I was the devil in the first game. And so I get pulled aside by Chance, who's the host of the game, and he says, I'm I'm your number 2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to act like I'm going to stop everybody from killing you because they're going to kill you. They're going to kill you. And that's the game over. But I want you, when I do what I do, I want you to kill yourself when we go back to sleep. And then that was a fun game because I can still vote as a dead person. I just can't nominate anybody as the guilty party because clearly I was the devil. And I learned something cool in the very first fucking game, man. It was fun. It was like an Agatha Christie kind of mystery RPG. And I immediately said, this needs to be adapted into The Thing. You know, John Carpenter's The Thing, or Who Goes There, the book. Last night I'm like, I told Scott about it, and I'm like, Scott, you got to try this game. You're gonna fucking love it. And he says, what's it called? I said, Blood on the Clock Tower. How much is it? And I leaned over and I asked the guy that owns the game. I said, how much was it? He goes, $150.
Nah, fuck.
And I'm like,
Where? What country?
I'm like, what the fuck? You paid 150? Are you half retarded? Why would you pay? And he started laughing. I'm like, why would you? Who pays that for a board game? And apparently, what it is only a few were released, and so they charged an exorbitant amount for this. And if you go to try to buy it used on eBay, they're charging out the ass for it. But here's the funny thing: there's an online version of it, and you can actually, and like I did, I took snapshots of everything, so I could print it out. It doesn't cost me a motherfucking thing. And I told Scott we're going to play this game because it's fun.
Hey, we have a super sticker.
I saw Darius, and I didn't even have to go over to YouTube to look see what it is. I know what it is. It's a pear and a coffee.
Wow.
Thank you, Darius, for the super sticker. Hey, let's play with that new video I put up. Play that one.
Which one?
I want to say good morning to Monkey Jeebus. Oh, Penny is here, of course. She breached first.
Item is not
D-Bud.
yet.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Gary?
But
Gary. I'm sorry. Which new video do you want? The Kyle or the anti-whining?
it's the very bottom one.
Fuck you, Kyle. Okay.
Yeah. And one of these days, Kyle will be here.
Darius, this is for you, but not meant for you. So
I want to offer you a full promotion, right? Better hours, better pay, better parking space. In fact, Kyle's parking space. But hey, fuck you, Kyle.
Congratulations.
I enjoyed that movie. That's, of course, the new film, Renfield. It's straight up comedy. Do not take this movie seriously. It's not true, straightforward horror. It's actually kind of slapsticky comedy. So therefore, it's just nothing serious about it. It's just fun. I am, what is it? I am Jonathan, whatever his middle name is, Renfield, and I'm codependent. What a dumb line. That's funny. I enjoyed the film. I sent you something for Star Wars Day, Martin, according to Bush.
yeah,
I know it's Cinco de Mayo.
you know, only that is only celebrated in the States. That shit doesn't exist here.
It was created by beer companies. Probably Budweiser. Fucking assholes.
That's why I got the Star Wars game yesterday. May the 4th be with you.
Oh, I am waiting because I'm a PC. I have my consoles and everything, but I am a PC gamer.
I got to tell you,
by now
I'm not a big fan of
optimization is
May the 4th.
shit. The game doesn't run well on PC yet, so I'm waiting for they to fix it.
I'm not a big fan of May the 4th, by the way. I don't know who created that. It's like one day someone says, "Hey, happy May the 4th," and I'm like, well, "That's clever," but May 25th is Star Wars Day. And I'm like, "Who the fuck?" Then someone told me it was Disney Star Wars started that shit. I'm like, "Fuck them."
It's
I still say it, my
It's
friend.
all about marketing. You know that.
It's all marketing, bad marketing.
But
anybody who's a Star Wars fan knows May 25th is Star Wars Day.
Well,
go ahead,
I'm
Martin.
not sure. I'm not sure if they were the ones that started it, or if started a couple of years before the the acquisition. I'm
I don't know.
not really
I
sure.
just know that one day people were saying it, and I'm like, was I left out of a meeting? I don't remember a meeting over this.
What I know is that November 7 is N7 day for all my Mass Effect fellow
Fuck me.
fans.
I'm reading Bush's comment. Fuck me. The fuck be with you.
That's what I was laughing at. But then he said, who cares about Cinco de Mayo? Well, I care because I'm going to see. I don't want to curse because I'm the one that always preaches about not cursing.
I think he says, who cares about if the festivity is real or not? He just want the beer. He just want the party.
In a few hours, I'm going to see Vixen and Quiet Riot live.
Well, oh, sweet. The question I have are, do Hispanics celebrate Cinco de Mayo?
I told you, don't. We don't.
No, you said in Mexico, but
I'm out. Yeah, Mexico maybe not. I'm Puerto Rican. We don't even know what the hell that is. I mean, really, what is Cinco de Mayo? It is the Day of the Dead or something? Like, what is it?
It's a drinking day. That's all I known it as since I was a kid. It's a drinking day.
No, I think it has to do with the day of a battle in the Independence War.
Is it?
Yeah, but it's a particular battle. No, it is not.
I don't know. Bush is yelling, "You are wrong," and I'm asking questions, so I don't know how I'm wrong asking. I have no clue. I have no clue. I just know that I grew up in Phoenix, which, if you didn't know, is really largely Hispanic.
Bush.
A lot of my friends were Mexicans growing up, and it's like everybody celebrated Cinco de Mayo when I was a kid. Everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, and Bush, you are the one who's very, very wrong because Independence Mexican is not in May. It's the wrong month. It is the celebration of winning a battle, a big battle, but not the not the attainment of the independence.
Gary, we may not have to wait for Wednesday for a debate.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here like, boy,
we know what's going on right now.
Bush and Martin are going at it.
I'm like, whoa.
For those of you at KGRA right now listening to the show, we have a live chat on YouTube, and Bush McFadden's digging into Martine right now.
Oh, I'm just watching the worst representation of Cinco de Mayo picture. It's the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Lucille Ball.
Oh, now Jesus wasn't born on December 25th. That was and I know that from being Catholic is Christmas. Jesus' birth was later in the year, and I've always suspected he was a Taurus like me, and but December 25th was picked because of the Germanic holiday, the dealing with Christmas trees and all that shit. And that's a lot of the ways that Easter was shifted because of that, trying to take the European holidays and mix them with the Christian Judaic holidays. So, yay.
Gary, I'm not getting in trouble. I'm just gonna,
Gary, well, I can't be anti-Hispanic. I had Mexican friend grow. Oh, fuck you, Darius.
Oh my gosh. That's like
what I find interesting is like, because my family is just like my family is like the American culture. It's very mixed. I have Mexicans in our family. We have blacks in our family. My nephew is absolutely from Chicago, black kid, and I fucking love that guy. He's actually one of my favorite nephews. I hate saying that I have a favorite nephew, but he's right up there. I worked with him too. I worked at the same company with him, and man, he's so much fun. I'd like to get him on this show. He's a big nerd too. What's wrong with pagans?
Yeah, because Bush is.
Well, see, I come from the East Coast, and the minute you say pagan, I think of the motorcycle gang, and we had to deal with them all the time when I was a kid. They're scary. very murdery,
Oh my gosh.
as well as other things.
I'm
But
just-
do they still exist? Should I watch my mouth?
Probably.
Because motorcycle gangs are very quiet these days. You just don't hear much about them anymore.
I still see them up around though. Over here, I do in upstate New York.
That you still have them up there?
Yeah.
Because I know there's a huge investigation into them, and they were kind of broken up back in the 80s. But I didn't know if they were completely disbanded or what happened.
I mean, these are just local biker groups. You know what I mean? It's not like,
Not like in the old days.
right, not like Hell's Angels. I don't see those, but I see.
Well, the Pagans used to be like kind of a competitor with the Hells Angels in the United States, but even the Hells Angels doesn't seem to be the Hells Angels anymore. It's like it's just, I don't know. Federal government ruins everything.
Oh, let me show you. I'm gonna mess with you now. You want to see a mess? I'll show you.
Yeah, let's see this mess.
No, but this is a different mess. This is totally different than the Star Trek name I was going to show you. Hold on, let me.
Yeah, because I still want to see that Star Trek game you're talking about.
Oh man, I want to see what you guys are. Would you consider yourself a Trekkie?
Me? Oh hell yeah.
Okay, so I want to see your reaction.
A
Now,
Trekkie or a Trekker?
well, we can go Trekkie. I call myself a Trekkie.
Oh, there's a difference, right, Gary?
Is there? Tell me the difference.
Yeah.
What? Oh
Rick.
yeah, I said it in an interview and it got me in trouble. It was
What?
an interview and there was like a bunch of Trekkers and Trekkies nearby, and I was asked during an interview if I was a Trekker or a Trekkie. I said I'm a Trekkie, and they said, "Well, what's the difference? What's the difference?" I said, "Oh, it's very simple. A Trekker is somebody who is completely immersed in Star Trek lore. They're the people you see that they walk around in their life in a Star Trek, Starfleet uniforms, and they're in groups like the ship. They'll have a ship and a crew, a complement, even though there's no physical ship. They get together and they act like they're on a ship. They live, breathe, and sleep to Star Trek. It's their life. I said, and then you have Trekkies. And Trekkies are people who have lives that really like Star Trek.
Well, I would say that that's what I am.
And that's what I am. I just happen to know a lot about Star Trek. I love Star Trek. I'm quite immersed in it. But I've had people go, you want to join our Starfleet chapter? And I'm like, no, I don't. And it's sort of like RPG for me. I have trouble with RPG for the same reason. It's like, there are other things I want to do right now. But it's not like one loves Star Trek more than the other, and that's just bullshit. It's just one is more immersed in it,
Right.
And the other one isn't.
Yeah.
And it's like because I'm just as much a Star Wars fan, and I was one of the early ones that found out that George Lucas was inspired by Gene Roddenberry. So there is a close relationship. Then, of course, we wouldn't have got the Star Trek movies if not for Star Wars. We would have gotten Star Trek Phase 2 instead, which would have been a TV show. They're very tightly knit, whether people like it or not. Star Trek is sci-fi, and then you have Star Wars, which is sci-fi fantasy. It's the mixture of the two, mixture of science. Because the science fiction aspect of Star Wars is never really deep. It's very much on the surface. It's just part of the means of telling the story. It's more of a fantasy story.
All right. So now going back a little bit to what the debate was with Bush and Martin.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just saying, I did the ancestry DNA thing, and I know a lot of people say that's garbage. It's full of, But I'm going to share my.
Those are anti-science people that say that.
Look what a mess I am, bro. Look at this. Iberian Peninsula, that's Spain and Portugal, Europe South, Europe West, Native American. At least I can say I do have Native American in me. I'm like somebody.
Oh, phrasing.
Now, who did you use for this? What was this
England.
service?
What? This is
What's the
ancestry.
service?
This is ancestry.
Ancestry. Now, I did mine through that. What is it? 23andMe.
I'm all over the place, bro. I'm everywhere. I'm all over the map.
I'm the same way, dude. I'm like about 1% Native American. Almost everything else is the British Isles.
Oh, Bruce. Oh my God.
Hey,
Bush.
Dadman's here. What's up, man?
I thought we were your friends. Now my heart is broken.
What did he say?
He said, "I can't sleep.
Yeah,
I'm going
but
to hang out with my
but
friends."
Bush, that 75% is 100% in your dick. It's all in your dick.
Hey, Monkey, did you see what I did? I just wanted to see if anybody caught on. Harry, because you mentioned earlier about Danny Dork.
Yeah, what happened on Sunday? Why?
I don't know. That's why I did it. You didn't catch it. I went,
Oh, he lit up. Okay, he fucked up. Oh well.
Nah.
Look, I'm not going to get mad at him. I ask him not to do that. I just don't think that we should be promoting bad habits like that.
oh my God, I'm done.
It's like I won't even drink. I don't think I could drink booze on the show.
Well,
I'd feel weird.
I don't do that while working. Hell no.
Now I might masturbate. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
You never know what I'm doing when that camera's off.
oh my God. But anyway, let me show you this. I want to get your take on this, both of you.
We'll call it Fappening Friday.
Oh my,
Oh my goodness!
oh, what the heck was that about now? Oh, all right. So this is it. This is coming out in May. All right. And I don't know if I should put audio on because we might look.
Yeah, you got to be careful with the video.
Oh my God. Kidding me?
Just,
Really?
I'm kind of liking
I
this.
thought-
just
graphic.
skip the trailer and let's see the.
All right. So I'll play. Just look at the
Oh.
graphics. Oh shit! Hold on.
Whoa!
Yeah.
We are gonna get taken down.
So I'll just skip along. Look at the graphics, though.
I'm very TNG.
Yes. It doesn't have that. It looks like a Xbox 360 game. I'm not kidding. I was saying that last night. It looks poorly done with the graphics. I mean, now I like the option that you could choose. It looks like a Mass Effect game. That's exactly what it looks like. Remember,
Well, I got to tell you, it reminds me of just the regular free Star Trek game with how the characters look. You know, they're not putting a lot of poly work into it.
No. I mean,
she looks cross-eyed.
And the movement of the characters is ridiculous. I mean, it doesn't look like they took a lot of time making this. The budget, I don't think there was a big budget on this. But you know, come on, man.
Well,
Really?
they've got to find a way to make Star Trek lucrative again because Kurtzman killed the franchise.
But how do you make it lucrative?
It's not just Kurtzman. JJ killed the franchise too.
The thing is, though, if you're trying to attract a new audience to the game that may not necessarily be a Trekkie, that's why I brought that up. Who in their right mind that sees this game for the first time and has never really immersed themselves into the Star Trek universe, they see a game like this, they're like, I'll pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not going to. Go ahead, Martin.
We have an echo.
You have an echo.
I have an echo?
Oh. No.
I don't have an echo.
Okay.
So,
if you really want immersion in a Star Trek game, you should play Bridge Crew. It's a multiplayer
Well, that's
game.
the one I've got. That's the one I've got.
Oh, you already got it?
Yeah.
Dude,
I haven't played
shit
in a while. I got it because of you. But I just don't play anything. I've got 3 Star Trek games I don't play. Call of Duty is the game I want to play, and I haven't played that since January.
they want to see it like on a bigger screen, the game.
I'm nervous about it, but I'll do it.
I'm not playing the clips. I'm skimming. I'm
Okay.
not. but it looks like they got Spock in here, Ambassador Spock, and somebody, obviously somebody else's voice that's trying to mimic as close as possible. Look, it looks like an Xbox 360 game. This is horrible looking. Now, the storyline might be good. I'm gonna get it anyway. I'm gonna get it.
Okay, that may be influenced by this game,
What?
Fortnite. The aesthetic of the characters may be influenced by Fortnite.
Oh my god, look at those eyebrows. What the
Look
fuck?
at the hair. It doesn't.
Weird.
It looks terrible. I mean, it looks terrible. Like I said, maybe the game is good. Maybe the game is.
Well, there's one thing that subconscious picks up very quickly is they sculpt one side of the face and then mirror the face, and that's what's going on with these characters because they're too symmetrical.
Those sharpness. Look at that. It looks. I'm just saying. I'm for being very critical.
I like the sets though. I will tell you that I do like the set.
So,
it feels like Star Trek.
Let me get out because I don't want to get you in trouble. Yeah. I'm going to get it, obviously, but I hope they don't try to charge like $70-$80 for it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not paying that for that. I won't. I don't think I will. You know what was a good game that they had? I don't know if you ever had it. It was on Xbox 360. It was Star Trek Legacy, where you had all the captains.
Yeah, I played that one.
I enjoyed that one because you were battling the Klingons, and it was, and you were actually in control of the ships, or actually a fleet of the ships. That is one I did enjoy.
Now, I'm not saying that Bush McFadden gets fixated, but he's still talking about his dick. I made one fucking joke and he's still going with it.
Oh my gosh.
I got to tell you, man, I love what because he's a hell of a chef, and I liked a lot of the stuff that he fixes. I'm like, God, I want to try that.
Who's that?
Fix that, and Bush McFadden.
Oh, wow.
And he'll share pictures of the shit that he cooks. It's really good stuff. He did this grilled, I thought it was pork, but apparently it was chicken, the way he cut it. It was really beautiful looking. How big is above average base? Look, I'm going to tell you one thing I've been saying since I was 17. Somebody goes, well, how big is that? And I'll go, it's 9 inches. It's 9 inches. 9 inches. And someone would go like, that's 9 inches? This is 9 inches. Yeah. How do you know that? I just know. I've been making that joke since I was 17, and I still do it. It still catches people off guard when I do it. I'll measure something with my hand. I'll go, that's 9 inches. And I'll go, how do you know that's 9 inches?
I actually have a couple of things I'd like to share with your audience, since I am never hardly ever here.
All right. If I hear a zipping sound, I will.
No, it's my material. Okay. It's an unidentified aerial thing that I caught him over my house. I got to just find it. In 2014. And I want to see what the opinions are of the people that are viewing. All right, let me go to my main YouTube channel. Also, and then I'm going to show you another clip. And I just want to see curiosity here, what they say about it. I'm going to look at my videos. This one went international, actually, and it was all over the place without my permission. That usually happens. It used to happen a lot, actually. And like I said, I'm going to slow it down. And Gary, you have the background in the military. I wish Don was here to see. I don't know if I've ever showed Don Ecker this. All right, I'm going to share my screen. Now, the following clip is zoomed in at times, and it's looped. It's it's going to be looped.
Okay.
I'm going to share my screen now because I got it. Okay, so I might even slow it down. That I just froze it. I caught that over my house. Now, this is my old camera system. This was a Samsung SCB2000. It's one of those cameras that they use for security. So what I did, I took the IR filter out to make it more like for a low light resolution type of deal. But this thing curves and just zooms back into space. Look at that thing. Now, do you see the curve?
That's crazy.
It curves.
That's the Enterprise D
And
going
then-
on.
Like we were just talking Star Trek, warp speed, gone. To me, that's what it looks like.
Yes, it looked like the end of the intro
Isn't that
Star Trek.
crazy? So what do you-
Hey, Denny, how are you, man? No, I haven't seen it yet.
what do you guys think?
That's crazy, man.
I don't hear
That's
you.
crazy. It really does look like it went into warp. By the way, I got to show this because this apparently an unidentified object found its way onto a football field last year. Did you guys see this? There it is.
Oh,
Oh my god! Oh my god!
It was a Buffalo Bills game. I don't remember who they were playing, but that was funny as shit. Someone threw a dildo down on the field.
Hey,
Oh my gosh!
What's oh, you're still sharing your screen. I was looking to see if you were sharing.
No, I'm
something
gonna.
else, but-
And so that was something I caught right above my house in 2014,
That's amazing, dude.
and it was triangular. If you look at it, it had a triangular shape to it, and it's curves. It's not linear. It curves, stops, brightens up for propulsion, and boom, gone. Now,
okay.
go ahead, Martin.
Bush wants to see it again because he can't see it right now because he's walking. So we have to show
later.
it. Oh, later. Let's see when he can. But
Okay.
Yeah,
yes,
let's stop this entire show for one member of the audience.
I don't say we stop the show. I said in a
I
minute
know,
we
I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
replay the video.
There's a reason why it says professional dick under my name.
Now, Bill, I was looking some things. You said you captured that with your own camera?
Uh-huh.
Damn.
And here's one more I got to show you guys.
All right.
Now, this, I was at a location not far from my house. It's called Nuclear Lake. At one time, there was a facility there where they used to.
There's a
mine-
word. There's a word for holiday.
Ah!
I always sound like
Yeah,
I'm
what?
drunk when I say it. It was in the holiday. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, that almost sounded like me.
Oh my gosh. So I was at this location and we were doing an investigation, like a paranormal investigation. This is a place called Nuclear Lake, and they had a facility there where they were mining uranium, and it blew up back in like I think it
Oh
was the
shit.
So supposedly they cleaned the place up. There's a lot of stuff that goes on at this location. But I was there with my Sony cam and I'm holding it. Then I put it down on a log on the ground because they were getting bug spray because we walked into the woods. But check this out and just listen. And I'm going to share the screen. I have to put the audio for it, but it's my clip. So we're not going to get in trouble. Listen carefully. Everybody watching, listen carefully.
E2 and all right, I'm gonna put my camera down a second. When something happens, it's almost like Blair Witch.
Yeah, the mozzies are out in force.
Yeah, you can feel them.
Yeah.
Twice. Did you hear it?
I didn't hear it. What was it?
I'll do it again. I'm not going to tell you. Maybe your audience picks it up. Oh, Martin.
All right, I'm gonna put my camera down a second. When something happens, it's almost like Blair Witch.
I don't know why I said that. You didn't hear that? Oh my God.
Yeah,
And
Let me slow it down.
all right, I'm gonna put my camera down a second.
Dude,
When
Tell
something
us
happens,
what's
it's
here
almost
because
like,
all I
Blair
hear
Witch.
is
I hear the
leaves.
sound. It sounded like somebody exhaled.
Okay, I'm going to slow it down. That helps. Let's go to half. Ready?
Well, that's what
Oh,
I heard, and it sounded like somebody like exhale. What is that?
It doesn't sound like somebody saying, Bill.
Oh, Bill. Yeah, I could hear that.
that's a Jauja in the forest, just
Oh, oh,
repeating sounds.
oh. Dude,
And he was going to say anytime.
it happens twice, though. It happens
I got to
again.
tell you, this happens to Shatner all the time when he goes places. He'll hear somebody go,
Oh my God. That's good. But yeah, that was bizarre, dude, because we did not hear that. When I got home and I uploaded
so it's
it.
only on the recording.
Yes. Yep. It was only on the recording. So that's kind of bizarre. And there's stuff that happens in this house all the time. People have experienced stuff in this house. Even Mark D'Antoni that you're going to have on. I have a hole in my arm that they were sticking a freaking toothpick in. And half the toothpick, he was freaking out. He says, Bill, you sure you ain't got an implant? And Mark was serious because Mark is a serious person. And he got very concerned, like, what the hell? And I asked the doctor, they said it's an ingrown hair. Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, they always have to find an explanation. I find it funny. I don't know if you can hear this. Someone has decided to mow the lawn while I'm doing.
I hear that. We hear that.
What a dick move.
Okay, Bush is finally at home, so now do not play the clip.
No, he
Let
can
him
rewind.
suffer.
He can rewind, like Monkey Jeebus said. He can rewind if he wants to see it. I do want to show you another picture, but I'll try to look for the hole in my arm. It is bizarre, guys. It is not normal. I'm telling you, it's some weird stuff going on, but that's all. I've had other things happen. I've witnessed I have a documented case from 1995. I witnessed something on Montauk in 1999 on the beach. So I've had my share of experiences, to be honest. I'm getting actually regressed soon. I'm going to actually be regressed.
Are you going to go into hypnotherapy?
Yep. I want to see because I have too much stuff going on. Uh-oh. We might have this happen in real time. I'm doing a show.
There was another incident with a close encounter, UAP. Here you go.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Could you imagine having somebody throw something like that at you while you're doing a public event?
Oh my God.
My God. So, but earlier I brought up something, and I still I'm curious. It's almost like we're being trolled right now. That Hollywood studios are seeing this big fucking Screenwriters Guild walkout. Okay. And no writers are working. We've, Cameron Pash, all of them have talked about this, that they don't want to be replaced by AI, that, studios, it should be unlawful for them to use AI. And then while they're on strike, the studios go, let's use AI while they're gone.
I saw that. I saw something about that, an article.
It's fucking ridiculous, dude. You can't make this shit up. It's fucking really happening. I also saw this morning, I got to find it again. David Zaslav is in the news again because he stepped up and said that right now, currently, Warner Brothers Discovery Television is no longer in the red. He's saying that they turned profitable, which is a good sign. But boy, they have still put out some crap. And we know that. It's, they've canceled some good stuff, kept some really bad ideas like Gotham Knights. I mean, come on. I mean, they're not even trying with that one.
What do you think about Superman and Lois?
I love that show.
Okay.
I love the crap out of it. It's basically Berlanti was told, stop putting out woke stuff for a little bit and put something quality out. So they made this show. It's gotten a little woke here and there, But overall, I would say it's close to 85% non-woke. And I enjoy the characters. I enjoy the writing on the show. And it's proof that when he's made to do his job, Berlanti can do his job. Because there are other stuff that he does that was not DC related. I enjoy some of his other stuff. But his problem is he puts too much politics into his stuff. And he's one of those people that believes that, if you are made the head of an entertainment group, your job is politics, to push forward some sort of agenda. And he believed that. And it's like, no, that is wrong. Your job is to make money for your studio. That's it.
Didn't the last strike last almost half a year, like 150 something days?
Well, we've seen some strikes that went on, like the shit that went on during Star Trek Next Gen. That was a rough one. But it went on, I think, about half a year.
Yeah.
It seemed like about half a year.
And that's why I mentioned it, because look what Monkey Jeebus wrote.
What did he write? I didn't see it.
If it goes on a certain time, a lot of stuff might get canceled.
No, they're going to use AI writing.
I liked it.
For real.
Craig Ferguson. Do you remember what Craig Ferguson did during the writer's strike? He improv his shows. And they were just as good as when they were written. That's why I'm so happy that Late Night is dead and they're bringing Craig Ferguson back. I don't know when it's going to happen, but Sony made a deal with him and they're bringing Ferguson back. And he has said 3 different things, and all 3 lead me to believe that Jeff Peterson's back too.
Now this adds another layer to the whole thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, then we'll get to lose a lot of these woke assholes. Yeah, right outside the door. Right outside the fucking door.
Oh, by the way, I found it just to show you quick. I
Hey,
did find the
what
picture.
should we do about this? Should we
What?
bring him in?
Who?
Bush? Oh, fuck no. No.
Look, I found it.
Bush wants to join us, yeah.
What? Look at that hole. Look at that hole. That's not a BB, by the way. That's not a BB.
Damn, that's your arm?
That's the arm, the hole in my arm. That's what I was telling you.
What the fuck, man?
Exactly.
Don't talk to me ever again.
Actually,
yeah, that's the hole in my arm, and they were like freaking out. What the hell? How did that? I don't know how that happened.
I actually know what that is.
What?
And it's not alien, I'll tell you that.
What is it? Tell me.
I have one in the middle of my back, and it's been there for 25 years.
What is it?
It is you're going to get grossed out.
Oh,
it is an emptied out old blackhead that got big.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And it usually starts from a hair follicle where it gets full of sebum or something like that, dirt. And then one day either you cleaned it out yourself or it got cleaned out somehow. A plug got pulled out.
I can't.
And then it leaves. I have a hole in my back. I have a little tiny hole in my back.
And it looks like that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you were abducted and you don't know it.
Oh, I went through regression. I don't think so. Back in the 90s, my sister Michelle, the one with schizophrenia, tried to convince me that I'd been collected when I was a kid. And I'm like going, what the fuck are you talking about? And so I went and I talked to him.
Oh my goodness.
Because of the way it looks. Oh my god, Monkey. Oh my god.
That's Bill's second butthole.
Oh, that was good. That was a good one. I
like that.
But and here's explanation.
Yeah. It was your previous twin that you ate in the womb.
Oh man.
What do they call that? Vestigial, vestigial twin. Right. I knew a guy in the army that had a hole almost the side of the tip of my pinky here, right in his neck, because he got bit by a recluse, and he didn't seek treatment for it for about a week. And when I finally went to clean it, and as I'm cleaning it, a plug came out of his neck the size of the tip of my pinky.
Oh man!
And that hole never filled in. It just was a deep scar, like a little crater in his neck. And I'm like, think you'll seek treatment, quicker next time. Not that they can guarantee anything won't happen, because that's the scary thing about recluse bites is it sends signals to your body. The toxin sends a weird signal to your body that healthy tissue is bad, and that's why it attacks healthy tissue, and that's where the necrosis kicks in.
I'm an arachnophobe, so
yeah, me too. I got over my phobia. Although last night there's a funny moment. I'm talking to Anima, and I looked to my left, and I went to grab my drink, and when I lifted my drink up, there's one of those little cute hairy crab-looking spiders, jumping spiders, just sitting there. It turned towards me, like suddenly turned towards me, and
you can see it's looking at you. It's looking at you.
Yeah, it's looking at me, and I'm like, "Hey!" And he's like, "Hey!" And I went, "Dude, I hate to tell you this, man." He's like, "What?" And I'm like, "You fucked up, man. You shouldn't have done this." And he goes, "What did I do?" And then I crushed him.
They're good. They're actually good for pests.
I know, but I'm like, spiders have to learn to keep the fuck away from me.
I'm the same way, bro. And every video game I play, it seems like there's a fucking, excuse my language, a spider in it.
Oh, the weed eater now. There we go.
Shit. The next phase of the lawn.
Welcome to Pop Culture Minefield and live lawn mowing.
Unbelievable.
Take out this one.
Here comes Danny.
Boom, baby.
There he is.
What up, guys?
Hey, look at you, Danny, using that blur filter back there. That's pretty good.
We got to go to break in 30 seconds, just letting you guys know.
Oh, that figures. I just get here and you go straight to break. All right. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Now, what makes me feel like a big man Bush is the fact that I'm a gigantic fucking human being.
Is Bush going to join us? I heard some you guys say something like that a second ago.
Yeah, there he is.
There he is now.
He's Bluto from
Bluto.
Ma, I'm doing a stream.
It almost really did happen. I'm like, you couldn't read my lips. I had to mute. I'm on live right now. You got to get out of the room.
That's good.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, my dog just freaked out. My dog just freaked out me saying that, like screaming like that. She's like, what happened? Oh, my God.
All right, Bill, take us away, man. We'll be right back from this commercial break.
All right, here we go.
Hi, guys. This is Gary from Pop Culture Minefield here on KGRA, and we're leaving for our first break. I hope we survive.
Did you know 75% of Americans are chronically dehydrated? If you struggle with focus, run low on energy, or when it's time to finally sleep, you simply can't, this can all be linked to dehydration, and Fuel Up has the answer. Our proprietary formula contains the finest cellular hydration with the strongest immune-enhancing natural ingredients. The Fuel Up system is made up of 3 different incredibly tasting varieties. Wake kickstarts your day with a jolt of caffeine. Play boosts focus while hydrating your cells. Rest not only helps you relax, but also rejuvenates your cells while you sleep. Here's what our clients have to say.
I really don't miss my coffee, and you can tell the difference.
So I'm going to take it for the energy. I'm going to take it for the play. I'm going to take it, all day.
And it works. That's the thing. It works. We love it.
Take the Fuel Up Challenge now, where we offer a Feel the Difference money-back guarantee. Fuel Up for life.
Hey members, the new KGRA DB app is now available on iOS and Android devices. Gain on-demand access to any KGRA DB programming. Download any show directly to your mobile device to listen or watch on the go. Go to the App Store and search KGRA DB.
Oh, wow. We survived. Welcome back to the commercial break. Now for some more Pop Culture Minefield on KGRA. And we are back. Hey! So I didn't get to finish greeting everybody this morning. Martin interrupted me. So I wanted to say good morning to...
So anyway, since Martin interrupted you...
And I want to say good morning to everybody, including D-Bud Martin, not Bush McFadden, fuck that guy. Lady V Element is here. Alex Moore, Darius Munchausen, Dadman Walking, The Dark Knight. Fuck you, dork. And that's it. That's everybody that's gotten here. Okay. Dork, what was I supposed to yell at you about? I was told I need to yell at you over something that happened over the weekend.
Hell if I know.
It wasn't
What-
me. Wasn't
It
me.
wa- no, somebody in the chat asked me if I was going to yell at you over the Sunday
Oh,
show.
monkey.
No, it was
Probably,
Monkey.
probably monkey narking me out. I probably got caught hitting the bong or something. I don't know. Show was good.
You got the beard going good though, man. Danny,
It's just-
looking
I
good
like
with the beard.
it. He's got the Van Dyke going.
Yeah.
You actually
for
look
some-
like a man.
Oh, ha ha ha. For some reason, Cece doesn't dig the full beard, but I can get away. She's cool with the goatee or Van Dyke, whatever you want to call it. But hey, I can't really stay on long because I do have a client coming over in 2 hours, and I need
Are you still
plenty
doing
of time
the
to get.
prostitution thing?
Is that why you have the beard?
Be a lot better pay.
Gary.
So, but I did want to talk. I did want to hop on. You guys were talking about something that I would love to chime in on with the strike, and so I think first of all, I guess I should preface this with my opinions are mine and mine alone, and nobody here knows what I'm about to say, and I doubt many of you guys will agree with this, especially the industry you're in. But I've never been a big fan of unions up front. Just not a fan. I am a fan of meritocracy, which apparently is not a thing anymore. And all this strike is going to do is, like Gary had mentioned, Craig Ferguson coming back because he doesn't need writers. Okay, I think that's a good thing. You know what else I think is good? YouTubers are going to be doing a lot better. They're going to benefit from this.
Oh yeah.
Because, and that's what's different about this. So 2008, YouTube wasn't even owned by Google yet, I don't think. You know what I mean? And it was kind of its own thing. And it wasn't really what it's become now, which is like, you ever see that Christian Slater movie, Pump Up the Volume?
Pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume. Yeah.
So, well, it's where he was like a guerrilla DJ, from broadcasting from his basement or whatever.
Pirate.
And he was,
No, you're wrong, man. It was 2006 is when Google bought YouTube.
Okay, so it's right around the beginning of it.
Yeah, it's about that time. Yeah, when it started getting kicked off, where Google started. They really didn't have as much influence. I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. I mean, all I'm saying is I bet you that strike helped content creators on YouTube a little bit. I don't think, but I think it's so much different. I mean, Jesus, man, you've got people like all these guys that keep getting fired off of like Fox and all these other news stations just going to YouTube or Rumble and, getting bigger audiences than they had when they were on Fox or whatever. I don't think this strike, I think the strike's going to last a long time because I think studios are going to be like, and that's the problem with unions. Okay. There are so many bad writers in Hollywood who are a part of this union and want to get in. I don't know if you've seen some of the stuff they're asking for. I don't think, I'm sorry, not all writers should be treated equals. Like they shouldn't all it should be based on merit, which is for those who don't know what meritocracy means. That's what that means. Okay. And instead of trying to check a box or, bow to the, or kowtow to the unions, they should be like, I don't know. They should be promoting more competition so people are better, so we get better shit out of Hollywood. And I'm sorry, and I know this is a very unpopular opinion. They need to just get rid of the union. I don't stand with those on strike, and I know that's not. I'm sorry, but
I disagree with getting rid of the union because there's certain things that I've seen from other YouTube creators that have writers on there, which goes directly to your point, Danny. Can I call you Danny or should I call you Dork?
Danny's fine. Danny or Dork, I don't care. Yeah.
One of them was saying, we don't get paid so much. We only get so much money, and it's very expensive living in LA. And my brain, because I grew up with a father that worked in Miami and drove 25 miles south to work in Miami. He lived way outside the city. Why can't the writers do that, especially in this day and age, where you can get on a Zoom call and they're like, oh, well, you have to go and meet the actors. The studio can pay to fly them out, or they can drive in. Like you don't
Yeah.
have to live. You don't have to live.
You don't have to.
In LA.
My
They
uncle
want to live in
for
LA.
for
They
like
want to be
20
part of the
plus years.
community. They want to be. They
No,
want to
totally.
see Hollywood stars. They want to, what do you call it? Rub elbows with the Ritz.
Yeah. Yeah.
That kind of crap.
They want to like
directly
here's
what you're talking about. Like they don't
Yeah.
need to. They want to.
Yeah.
And the statistic I saw from another writer. Oh, you guys know Critical Drinker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He worked with Hollywood too. He lives in Scotland, for fuck's sake. That's what. I'm sorry. Pardon my language. Yeah.
Especially writers. Especially writers. You know what I mean? Like
He is
you don't
a writer.
have to.
Critical Drinker is a writer. Yeah.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like you don't. He's a perfect example. You don't have to be there. And look, if you're good at your job, I mean, you'll get paid for being good at your job. My problem is there's so many shitty people in the writers union.
But this other guy's perspective was like, I have to meet the director, I have to meet the actors, I have to meet the production crew, things like that. It's like, fine,
cool, fly
the
out there.
production will fly you from Scotland to LA, and you can meet them. And then
for over 20 years, my uncle worked in Houston, but he lived in Cleveland, Texas, and he had to commute 45 minutes there.
He lived in Cleveland, Texas. Hang on, I'm with Gary here. Hang on.
What? It's Cleveland,
No,
Texas.
You say Cleveland. You say Cleveland, and immediately think Ohio, and it's like Texas.
Yeah, no, well, no.
Cleveland,
Cleveland's like out in the sticks.
I know. I live in Houston. I know where Cleveland is.
Okay, yeah, I live
both of them. I have a globe.
Okay, yeah.
Jesus Christ, Boosh.
Gary, that was hilarious, though. That was fucking hilarious.
My point is, he would drive 45 minutes from Cleveland into Houston to work and back so he's spending an hour and a half in his car every day just to be he does like he works at a title company like Alamo Title or something like that. So I don't really know what he does, but it's important. And he makes a lot of money and it's worth it to him, but he doesn't want to live in the city. Houston's the fourth largest metropolitan area in the country, and he doesn't want to deal with the traffic, the crime, the bullshit, all of that. So, he's got 10 acres out in the country. And if he can do that, why can't a writer who's making, a lot more money?
That's what I was saying about my father. We lived in Coral Springs, which is way north of Miami. He worked in downtown Miami. He took I-95 through horrible traffic to get to work. But we lived out there. Why can't the writers do it too? He was a banker. He worked in capital management. Like these people are like, oh, we have to be there. Okay, maybe once a week at most.
Don't cry about it that you have to be there.
Yeah, exactly. Bill is on point there. They don't have to be there. They want to be in the city. And they're like, oh, the taxes are so high. It costs so much to live here. Like buying wontons that I make by hand at my house would cost them $30.
Booch, over here, I live in New York City. I've been living here for 16 years now. You know how many people commute an hour and a half or even 2 hours from upstate New York just to work into the city?
Oh, yeah. Or take the train.
That's the Metro North. It takes you right into the city and you come right back. So, like you said, you don't have to be in the city to work in the city.
Right.
To live there. You could commute and trust me.
It's a piss poor excuse. Is what it is.
It is.
Yeah, Gary. I mean, that's what I was trying not to say, but that's exactly what it is.
It is.
Are complaining about the money that they're getting.
It's this millennial Gen Z
in LA
entitled mentality.
Exactly because like you said, title company. The first thing that went into my mind is they should just rename them to entitled companies. Because so many people.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Especially in Hollywood, especially in the entertainment industry. Like who was I talking to last night? I was talking to somebody, and they said that J.J. Abrams literally said in a meeting, or in an interview, when asked about mystery boxes. Because he's really bad about using mystery boxes as plot devices, and then you never find out what's in the box. And he was asked about this, and he literally says, "It doesn't matter what's in the box." I'm like, you are a lazy ass writer. You are a
That is
lazy,
pure
pathetic,
laziness.
pitiful excuse. If you're gonna just have some magic box with some magic thing, you know, just because you don't want to come up with an idea of what could actually
Deus
make
Ex
the shit
Machina,
happen that you want to
Deus
happen.
Ex
And
Machina
that's the
lives in the
thing that
box.
worries me with
Yeah.
the show From. Okay,
That's what
the
I'm
show
talking about.
From
Ugh,
has acolytes of J.J. Abrams involved in the writing of it.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, do not pull a fucking Lost on this show.
Oh man.
And they're doing it already, dude. Season 2, they're absolutely doing it.
I don't know. I'm still hoping they don't do that shit, because if they do, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah.
The
I'm
whole
so
first
tired of this
episode, the whole
bullshit secret box.
So
these
another
people are not
or go ahead.
acting like people anymore. The entire first season, there was people that got there that were new, that were scared, they didn't know what was going on, and the people that had been there told them what was going on and helped them to like survive.
Yep.
Season 2, right off the bat, the bus. Well, I don't think I'm gonna take your shit. Donna should have blasted her with a shotgun right there, or someone should have taken control. And then there's like the woman outside dancing in the rain. It's like, it's raining. It's like,
Oh, I'm like,
fucking nuts.
I thought maybe she was mentally handicapped.
That's what I
I'm
thought.
like, I was like, why is she doing that? Nobody
But
does
episode
that.
3, she's like okay.
She's a weird character. I'm not happy so far. But
I'm
there's
not
still
either.
some good moments. There's still good moments in it.
How much longer do you want to hear Tabitha breathe heavily
Oh my God. I would've
every time
choked her
Victor
out.
tells her to shut up?
I would have put her in a sleeper hold and just
So,
said, "Go to sleep."
so, Gary, I have one for you. I want you to go to episode 2 when Victor and Tabitha are going through the tunnels and leaving the tunnels and then going to the trailer or the U-Haul or whatever it is that he has. Cut out all of Victor's dialogue. The only thing that Tabitha does is go and then she asks questions so that Victor can give exposition. That's it. It's so bad. It's so
lazy
bad.
writing.
I had
It's
to
lazy
take-
writing.
I had to take the headphones on because I haven't seen the season 2 yet at all.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bill. I'm sorry, man.
I don't even know what show you're talking about. However, if I may, because I real quick, one more thing I want to say before I have to go. It was about, I think Martine brought it up, the AI thing. Okay. No, Martine is not wrong, and I know Bush, I think you were disagreeing with him. I use Chat GPT every day.
Oh, no,
literally.
I'm the one that brought it up because of the article.
Okay. So every day for work I use it. Instead of
Why'd you put that on me? I don't have an opinion about it.
Okay, well, somebody said something. I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was, but and it actually is not bad. You just have to be good at, like, it's like it's. So I used to pay writers to do copy for websites and write SEO articles and things like that, and now I don't have to. Ever since I discovered Chat GPT.
So what you're saying is that
prompt
Mikey
it.
Sutton should get rid of our good buddy.
No, I'm not saying that because first of all, the stuff I'm writing about is, first of all, Chat GPT, and everybody wants to argue this, but they tell you it cuts off its knowledge in September of 2021. So anything that's happened since then, it has no knowledge of. So you have to keep that in mind, one. So it can't do current stuff. And I've done a bunch of streams with LDG and a few other guys where we use it, we live stream while we're using the AI and show people, to show you how you got to get better at prompting to get it to write what you want it to write for you. And then all you have to do is kind of copy edit it and something that would normally take hours for you to research, learn about if you didn't, and then you have to write about it. Now you it's a matter of minutes. Another thing that we did is we had it write an episode of The Mandalorian because The Mandalorian had come out before that cutoff time, and it wrote just as good an episode, if not better, than definitely better than that bullshit episode 2 we got in season 3. I'm not kidding. We and this was like live streamed. So it is perfectly capable of having a director come in, prompt what he's got in his head, what he wants to see into the Chat GPT, kind of give his little pitch, whatever pitch story that they give the writers, and then they write based off that story. So you give that story as a prompt to ChatGPT, and it will spit out a script to you that you can then go over yourself. And if you want to change something, cool, you're competent, you can do your vision. I'm telling you, this is going to change the industry. And I'm telling you, like, they're actually fucking up bringing attention to ChatGPT.
Do you think that's why the federal government is freaking out about it and saying it is an invasion of personal privacy and a violation of civil rights? Because Kamala Harris said that
AI?
the other day.
What
Yeah,
were you
that's that Kamala Harris said that the other day.
That's irony.
Well, you know what? Like, look, I don't want to talk politics, man. I just don't. I can't. But
You want to talk
our
Hollywood,
current administration,
you gotta talk politics.
our current administration is shit, and I think that these little entitled pricks are gonna get what's coming to them, and it's sad because we're probably gonna have like a mass influx of like homeless people or people moving back in with their parents or
We
shit
already have
like
that. 10% of LA is homeless.
The thing-
10% of LA is homeless.
A lot of people are living check to check and dealing with the inflation and everything else. And we're tired of hearing these, I don't want to curse, but these people complaining and bitching and moaning when so
Please
many
fucking curse.
Yeah, are we not allowed? I thought we could. I thought we could.
Yeah, but
cuss on this
I'm
show.
sick of your fucking language. Stop cussing.
No,
Okay.
Bill,
Andy-
keep going, bro.
Andy, before
Yeah.
you go, I don't know if you're aware, it came out today that Sarah Lee they said they ruled death by suicide, Texas medical examiner ruled today. So you might want to look into that.
Wait a minute.
Who's
what's
this now? Say again.
The pro wrestler Sarah Lee's death has been ruled a suicide, Texas medical examiner said Friday, today,
Oh,
finding that the 30-year-old had ingested a fatal cocktail of alcohol and drugs.
Oh, bullshit. What wrestler hadn't had a cocktail of drugs and booze for the last 50
And
years?
I'm letting him know for Dorkside if they want to bring that up Sunday.
No, well,
Yeah,
I mean,
Dork, that's all on you, bro.
yeah, I think Joe might be part of his state of the apron because she was an indie wrestler and she was signed. Like, what happened was she got signed to a developmental contract to WWE. She got out there with the big time, with the big money for the first time in her life to work in the performance center, and it was an unintentional suicide, kind of like Heath Ledger, if that's the case.
Was she
was probably just
vaccinated?
popping too many pills and and kicking back too
John,
many drinks. That shit will kill you.
I got to cut off Danny real quick. John, you
Yeah.
look really good, man. You
Hey,
lost some
John,
weight.
Thanks.
You
Yeah,
look good, bro.
I'm down over 80
Your
pounds.
face looks better.
It happens quick, dude. It happens
Yeah.
quick.
You're losing.
Dude, I had the same surgery.
It's very apparent, and I'm proud of you. I'm
His
very
body
proud of
too,
you.
look at his shoulders, you could see it. The whole, you could see
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Bill's right there. I wasn't talking about the shoulder. I was just talking about his pretty
know.
face. But Bill's
I know.
like, yeah, shoulders too.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see the whole body started to come, shrink a little bit there.
Gary, hit on John real quick too.
No, that's okay.
no, that's okay. I can barely see him because he's backlit. During the 2008 strike, unscripted content exploded. This actually feeds into what I said about
Yeah.
Ferguson.
Yeah.
Reality TV, Kardashians, Jersey Shore, etc. Late night talk shows leaned heavily on guests instead of joke bits. Conan O'Brien spun his ring. I got to tell you,
That's
in the
incorrect.
midst of this,
Whoa, hang on, Gary. I'm sorry. I gotta interrupt because
yeah,
Craig
'cause that's
Ferguson
been your
started
whole
in
shtick since you've been here
2005. Craig Ferguson started in 2005.
No,
and
he's
he
talking about
went
Craig Ferguson coming back.
2014.
Yeah.
So this thing about the writer's strike did not spawn Conan O'Brien. Like it was already happening. Craig Ferguson.
Oh no,
was
he was talking
already
about Conan O'Brien was doing what I'm doing right now. He would
Okay.
spin his ring, and then they would just literally. This was during the strike. I remember this. Him and Andy would literally just the camera would just watch the ring spin, and then they would commentate over the spinning ring. I forgot all about that until you just mentioned that.
Yeah,
Darius.
so this is Darius that posted this, but this feeds right back into what I said about Craig Ferguson, that during the writer's strike, he started improvising on his show. He did not beef up the guests. It was the same number of guests, same time slots. He just would improvise, and he did a lot of shtick between him and Jeff Peterson. He'd also involve the audience and bring out people that supposedly worked on the show, but they weren't real producers. They were
Right.
actors that
Yes.
were coming out and improving with him. And it made his show one of the greatest gifts since Johnny Carson.
I totally agree with that. Greg Ferguson
Sorry,
was
I just
phenomenal.
read what Boosh wrote in the private chat.
So did I, that's
Why would you do that?
It didn't really happen.
Hey man, I mean,
and now Gary's reading it.
You know,
I've got
I'm
a
gonna
similar.
fucking read it out loud.
I got a similar
No.
story, but
No.
Cece's watching, so I'm not going to tell it.
So here we go. This is Boosh McFadden thoughts. These are random thoughts by Boosh McFadden.
Well, we were talking about writing.
So I went to I'm going to mute him so I can fucking talk. I went to Costco for the first time in months. I love the low prices and I love the free samples. The cute Hispanic woman got me to buy 8 cans of 16-ounce chicken. I didn't try to free sample, but she had sex with me in the break room.
Oh, I got it.
I literally said, please don't read it because Cece's watching.
Nope, I'm reading that shit. That
I've
was
never
funny.
done anything even
that was,
remotely
but that
like
was
that
funny.
before in my
that
life.
was funny, and it's
That was
writing
funny.
right off the top of my head. It made Gary laugh.
Yeah.
It made everybody laugh here when we read it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And then I just say random dark shit like, please don't call me Dan, because the priest who used to molest me called me that. See, that's that dark humor. That's that.
Well, it's a build up, and then there's like why I'm there, and yes,
Yeah.
and then we wind up having sex.
Yeah, that was great.
Now I'm waiting for my
See, shit like that. You know what? YouTube is going to get even bigger. Fuck them. Like, I got to go, but I just want to end with this. You can clip it out. Fuck them. I hope that strike lasts.
hold
for
on.
years.
We're gonna make you. We're going to engorge you. Ready?
Oh,
You're
God,
engorged.
yeah. Right. Hey, fuck these whiny little bitches. I hope this strike lasts for years. It'll be great for all us YouTubers. There you go.
Yep.
Print it. I'm out of here,
Now,
guys. Enjoy the
the
rest
real
of the
money
series.
is in the fact that nobody's gonna clip it. You watch.
The only thing I will say is this: I don't agree. I don't agree with the YouTube part. I agree with the Rumble part because it's not censored like that. It's not.
Rumble is growing. Rumble is growing. YouTube is gonna die.
Dude, you can't even.
If they don't clean up their act.
I stream a lot on Rumble now, and I did stream a lot for 10 years on YouTube. How could you stream where you got to think about what you're gonna say before you say it? Because it's like that on YouTube. It's horrible. On Rumble,
they're trying to remove the spontaneity. YouTube has been trying for a while.
Horrible.
They shadow punish us. What I do want to compliment this is that Patrick is doing really well numbers wise.
Who's Patrick?
The Chief.
Oh,
on Tuesday. He's getting some good viewership.
On
YouTube.
Okay, I'm sorry.
A lot of good interaction, some new people. I was hoping for that. I'm not going to involve myself too much with what he's doing. I only involve myself with Brian on Thursdays because Brian and I are actually really close friends, and I do like hanging out with him. But I just kind of wanted Tuesday to be its own thing, and he's doing it. He's killing it. I love that.
I love the rock and roll show.
No, dude, that 70s rock fan is.
Look,
he knows what
nobody
he's about.
shits
He's
on
got
me like
the
Brian
memory
can.
all about it. Like,
nobody can shit on me like Brian can. I swear to God.
You're right on that.
We do that Toxic Tuesday together when we get on there, man. Sometimes it's like Tom and me, or it's Brian and me going at each other.
Are you talking about Nick Weiser's?
Yeah, Nick
Toxic
Weiser's
Tuesday.
Toxic
Dude,
Tuesday.
the both of you. I mean, don't get your head exploded, but the two of you, when you're on together on Toxic Tuesday, no one else can talk because you've got the film knowledge and the history.
Oh, Tom and I, in particular, Tom.
Well, yeah, Tom too.
Speaking of that,
but you bounce off of 70s
Brian.
rock fan a lot better than you do with Tom, I think. Because
Tom
Tom has a brilliant cinema knowledge, and he knows like what director did this or who did the soundtrack and everything like that. And he's great.
Eventually,
for
I'll get to
information.
announce this logo. Bush.
I saw that. Yeah, I know Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Gary, you cocksucker.
I'm not going to say it like that. I know it's been there for a while.
I did the drawing, and Tom goes, "I like it. It's fantastic. You know, I have a goatee." And I'm like, "Oh, I had to draw the goatee in because the photo I used, he didn't have one." So I drew it in.
Yeah, if you took your hat off, we wouldn't know which one was which.
Yeah.
That's not a
Stan
hat.
Laurel grin I've got. Long chin. I've always had a long chin, but I'm looking forward to doing Jaws tomorrow.
Yeah, and is Tom and Jerry tomorrow? I thought it's next week.
No, it's
always Friday.
You're doing Jaws
every
tomorrow?
other Saturday. Every other Saturday.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, last week we did Jeff Bridges. You're right. Sorry.
Later on, it's
Time
TGI.
flies.
Are you still doing TGIF tonight?
Yes.
Or
I'm
later on?
going to be doing it, but again, I don't know. Look, Kieran, he had a date with his woman April, and when he said April, I'm like, we're in May now, dude. Oh,
Wait,
your woman's name is April.
Kieran's straight.
Oh, fuck you, Boosh. Yes, he is.
Oh my God,
Jesus Christ!
I knew this already. I knew this already.
So what's
he
the
has
status of TGIF? What's going on?
Well, this is a joke I've made for years about the British. It's like it's really hard to tell when they're straight or gay. So they're British.
There was an after party. God, a couple of months ago, maybe it was March, that we talked about Kieran.
I tease him all the time.
I know he's straight. It was just
he's a great guy too. He's humble. You know, he's mellow. He's humble.
Dude, he's amazing.
Very mellow.
He really
and what he does over there at Geekosity magazine is so amazing.
Yeah.
It's like Mikey. That magazine would fall apart if Kieran wasn't there right now. It really would. So I'm so grateful because Mikey's busy. He can't even finish most of his articles. So yeah, but tomorrow, Tom and Jerry, we're doing jazz. We're going to be talking about jazz. Jazz is a story about a shark. A shark that's killing people in their backyard.
Dude, I grew up on a boat. I mean, my father had a big boat.
Me too.
Bush, read this.
Read what? We asked the same question about Bush, whether I'm straight or not. Yeah. Oh, there she goes.
Oh, your dog is denying it.
No, it's not his dog. That's his penis.
Oh.
I had to mute myself because of that.
If I can go back a minute.
My dog was barking.
There was a point I wanted to make about YouTube. Yes, it's dying, but with this writer strike, I think more normies are going to get back on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
and that's going to keep the numbers up.
Yeah, but I think Rumble's going to grow because of this too.
Oh, Rumble's going to grow. Yeah,
it's going to grow into the legitimate competitor of YouTube.
No doubt.
The normies are still going to go to YouTube because that's what they know.
I don't think so, because now Rumble has live chat on the phone, and it's not that consistent, but it's getting better. It's getting toward the level that YouTube phone chat has.
Bush, I actually had a Rumble raid by the CEO, Chris, during one of my Rumble streams. And some of the people involved, they come and I give them like advice what to do. Trust me, they are going to ramp it up by the end of this year. I'm telling you.
Oh, I completely believe you. It keeps getting better and better month by month. The streaming service itself, there's less and less breaks in the streams that you used to see, a couple of years ago. Now they're back in Crowder too, and Crowder's bringing all of his people over there. 2.5 million people, and they're willing to give Crowder money, and Rumble's like, yeah, just keep all that money.
Timcast is powered by Rumble.
Oh, did you see what was it?
Yesterday's show?
The Cirques?
Oh yeah. Well, let's not talk about it here.
Right. Move on. Yeah. Rumble just keeps getting better and better. They just started the live chat on mobile, and
And by the way, Monkey, you say something like that, and you're just setting yourself up to look stupid when something does do it. Because all it takes is one major name.
It is competition. It's absolutely
It's
competition.
absolutely competition already. And if they get one major name that leaves YouTube because of their policies and goes there, like Joe Rogan did, you watch.
Rakita, Russell Brand. These people had millions of dollars and millions of subscribers.
Do not
and
sit
they're
in a
going,
vacuum, Monkey. You sit in a vacuum a lot. And you make some great statements, but that one, it's an absurd statement.
I think I agree with Gary there. That was
Are you trying to say that Monkey sucks?
No, I like Monkey. I would never say that.
He was trying to make a joke.
But Warner. Oh, I'm sorry, John. You have no sense of humor, so I.
I got it. Hey, no, you do. Don't listen to Gary. I got it. You have a sense of humor.
I've got just enough. What do they call that? Asperger's in me. I like Asperger's.
Shove a bunch of burgers up your ass.
This is what we're going to talk about this afternoon for sure. I want to talk about this shit with the earnings call with David Zaslav. I wish. I get so irritated that I can't get Culture or Valiant Renegade on TGIF because of fucking schedule conflicts. Because this is where both of them would shine on our show, talking about this shit. The only other person I have that knows stuff like this really well is Keith. And Keith often can't do the show. And but I still want to go into this because this is important, this phone call that he made. Yeah. And he left out the writer's strike during the phone call and really is kind of diminishing it, the significance of it. Then we also see this.
No, Gary, could you go back and just read that headline? Just read it out.
Warner Brothers Discovery hour-long earnings call omits any mention of WGA strike, but CEO David Zaslav tells CNBC he believes, quote, a love for working, end quote, will end it. That means you want your fucking job.
Exactly.
He doesn't pull punches. I like that about Zaslav. Then another thing with Zaslav is he states that Warner Brothers Discovery streaming business is no longer bleeding. That's a good sign.
I don't.
But this is another thing I want to talk about today because Deadline did scoop this. Deadline scooped this that Yellowstone is going to end. That they got pissed at fucking Costner.
Yeah, he's not coming.
He wanted to cut 2 weeks out of his fucking contract.
I don't think it's that way. I think Costner got pissed with them, is the rumors that I saw.
It could be.
He didn't want to do it anymore, and they were trying to undercut him, like you were saying. Maybe.
Well, he was contracted for, I think it was 6 weeks or 8 weeks or something like that, and he wanted to cut 2 weeks out of the contract.
But we're missing half a fucking season.
Yeah. So they're going to end the show, and I'm all for Matthew McConaughey. Matthew is one of the most base guys in Hollywood.
Yeah,
all right.
I like Matthew McConaughey. Might be one of those guys that be out on the ranch and say, maybe it's a good idea to take our shirts off.
Yeah, buddy. I love it because you find.
Was that good, Bill? Was that good?
It was a really good one.
McConaughey?
It was a good one.
All right.
I like the fact that he has such a close relationship with Woody Harrelson.
Yes.
But there's another dude that's really close with him, and I'm just like, these guys should just create their own fucking network, the three of them, and just fuck Hollywood.
A real rat pack, a real one.
Yeah. A real modern rat pack.
Is it Sam Elliott? Sam Elliott.
I fucking love Sam Elliott.
Used to be a rancher up there. I used to
sometimes
wrangle.
nail it. You're almost there. You're almost getting.
I'm almost
you're
there.
Close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have some clips.
I like your style, Bill, but you have to curse so goddamn much.
Bush. John, what was that?
Oh, I asked some clips because you asked me to get some clips for today or for TGIF, and some of the subjects is Valiant Renegade talking about late night, Doomcock talking about Favreau and whether he's gone or not.
Yeah, I want to, because I want to start every once in a while. I like to do this where we celebrate some of the other YouTube shows that we watch, we love, And I asked John and Martin, and clearly at least one of you listened to me, to get me some clips.
I've got
fucking Martin leaves. Oh my god! You know, I'm trying not to bug Martin right now because he does a lot.
Oh yeah, he's got a lot on his plate right now.
I'm doing the Jaws thing where I absolutely captured every 3 seconds of screen time, and I'm going through. There is over 5,000 images for the slideshow. I have gone through 2,000, deleting a bunch of them because I got to get it down. It's all I want is just the subtitle clips, and I'm hoping I finish it.
When I was a kid, I actually met the fisherman that actually caught the largest great white, Frank Mundus, in Montauk, because that's what it's based on. It's based on
the New Jersey, which you actually believe was a bull shark.
That too, but it was really the Montauk fisherman because he plays a cameo in that film. He's got the pipe. He comes out. That's Frank Mundus. So
I like the way Bill says Montauk.
Montauk.
Some of the attacks are very similar to what's in the movie and in the book. The kid being killed, the teacher being killed, that would actually happen.
That actually happened.
But as I recall,
it was a bull shark that killed the teacher.
Correct. They believed it was that was fuck you, dude. I'm trying to say this.
Did I steal your thunder?
No, I said it already. I said it like over a minute ago that it wasn't a great white. It was a bull shark. But then I wanted to get back in there. I'm going to get in there. Here's mine. Fuck you, Boosh. But yeah, it was a bull shark. They're saying it wasn't a great white. And the reason why they know this is great whites can't swim up fresh water. Bull sharks can.
Yeah.
And that was a freshwater stream.
There's now a nursery from Montauk, and I do surf casting on rocks in Montauk by the lighthouse.
Oh, you throw rocks at the nursery? Fuck children! I'm trying to hit them in the fontanelle. That soft spot on their head.
Whose child are you? Throw a rock at him.
That's made me do my first curse word because I couldn't hold back on that one.
I guess that's better than punching a baby.
Get the kid in the soft spot.
Oh my god! You just see Bill running into the nursery, just dumping over the pans with the kids in them.
But now when I stand on those rocks, I'm worried about a juvenile great white coming out. And
it was a shark.
It was a shark.
Stop it, shark. Stop it.
Oh my god.
You cannot touch me, shark. You have to ask my permission to eat me.
I'm the chief. I'm the chief of police.
So I was advanced open water certified in 97, and I got NITRAC certified in 99, and I've logged over 250 dives.
Wow.
The deepest dive I've ever done was 250 feet, which is stupid, because once you get down that low, what you're breathing is not actual oxygen.
No, it's triox.
Yeah.
You get
so
that.
I had nitrogen narcosis when I went down that low.
Oh my gosh.
For some reason,
you didn't do your stops right, is what happened.
No, stop is on the way up.
Yeah, I know. You had the narcosis down there.
Mm-hmm.
Your mix was off.
We have a request from Darius Munchausen.
Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia. How's that?
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm in New York.
This will take me back to something else. The book Sphere.
I had a story
with Michael Crichton where I hated the movie because they left so much on the cutting room floor from the book, and that's why the movie sucks. Sphere.
The movie doesn't suck. You're wrong.
Oh, it sucks. The problem with the movie also compared to the book is that he dealt with the fact of the oxygen mix, which is not really oxygen at all. That by the time they get down there, they talk like they're being sped up, like they're on
helium.
Yeah,
it's helium.
And so the science fiction would have been that you put a voice modulator on your throat that slows the vibration down so you can talk normally. That's all they had to do in the movie. It's all they had to do to explain away why they're talking normal.
Oh.
But no, they didn't want to even bother with the science. It's like, all right, fuck you then. I hated that movie.
Yeah, I didn't have my my deep open ocean, but I got my basic patty. So
I dived when I was
I had my
younger.
advanced open water and nitrox, and they recommend Patty Advanced Open Water recommends you have the dive knife. That is not a weapon. That is a tool.
Oh yeah.
So I was on a dive with my father and my brother. There's the three of us in a group, and some dude had an underwater camera. Like, this is back in the 90s, so it probably wasn't anywhere near as, it's not James Cameron, and he's just trying to take pictures of stuff, and he's trying to take pictures of this nurse shark that's out in the open. Nurse sharks don't have teeth on the front of their mouth. It's actually way back. And the nurse shark tries to go back under its little hole, which is filled with a bunch of, like, crustacean pieces and shells. This dude grabs the tail of the nurse shark, and it spins around like that, just like in an instant, like lightning flash, and hits the guy right in the gut, and just takes hold. And we have to surface because this is an emergency. So we skipped the 15-minute interval to get this guy in the boat, and we had to take pills in order to. We weren't down that long, and we weren't that deep, but we had to take pills to counter the effects of nitrogen buildup in our blood. And the dude comes up here, lays. Oh, there goes my dog. Lays on his side on the deck of the boat. Dive master comes over there, takes a knife out, and just stabs it in the head and twists it. And the shark lets go. Here's a good idea. That's not our world. We don't belong down there. We are visitors. Probably don't touch shit.
Wow. Yeah, I was always told don't touch anything, avoid schools of fish, just lots of things. I've done open water diving, and it's not my thing. I gave it up. I only did it because Mike Beatty, who's been on the show, my best friend, he was my instructor. He got me certified, and after that, we did that one dive. I've talked about it, where we ran into a sea cow, and it just freaked me out. I'm like, nope, I want nothing to do with this shit anymore. Done.
It's almost. I'm afraid to tell my two stories when I worked in the Bronx Zoo, because now I feel like one time I was working and they closed the park down. This is a true story. I was on my 10-speed bicycle. I was 16 years old, and I went over to the Tiger, and it was right near the enclosed area, but it was all open. He turns around and pisses on me. Literally turned around and spewed that shit backwards all over me. And I had to ride home on my bike.
That's not just pee. That's spray.
Yeah,
that's
it was
cat
spray. And then another time in the zoo, it was a thunderstorm. We're all sitting in the concession area, and we're looking at the elephant area. A bolt of lightning hit the elephant and fell over dead right there. It was insane. Yeah. The trainer came out screaming, crying, all that. But we seen it. We were like, oh shit! Did you just see that? And you heard it. Boom! You heard the elephant go down. It was like, oh my god!
It was like
tragic.
Fuck that elephant in particular.
In New York City, this is a sad true story. When I lived in the Bronx, I was roller skating in these, because I used to live in like an area that was not populated. It was like factories and woods, actually. And I was roller skating with my little brother. We were going to Howard Johnson's to get a banana split. And there was high weeds along the sidewalk. So I'm skateboarding, and I hit a bag. I'm like, what the and there was a dead body in that bag. Because they used to dump them in the woods,
Yeah.
It was, dude, I have so many horrific experiences, like growing up in the city, seeing stuff like traumatized, like stuff. Oh my, you see a lot of crazy things going on.
And that's why I don't want to live in a city.
Pop Culture Minefield.
I'm telling you, it's like, woo. And as far as Jaws, Jaws traumatized me because, like you said, we grew up on a boat and all that. I was afraid to swim in the water, in the ocean again.
I never liked it. I've never liked sharks. We lived in Florida, and my dad could not get me in the ocean. I'm like, fuck that, no, I'm not going in.
So,
Off the boat.
going back to what.
Okay, wait.
Maybe we can get in through the back door.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Going to what Gary.
Give me a break. No one was going to give me a break. I had to get that fucking video in.
Going to what Gary and Bill were both saying about fear of the water. So my brother and my father got certified a year before I did. There's a reason for that, which is what you both just said. Let them go out and get certified and go scuba diving. If something happens, I don't have to go. But they had such a good time. So they were both a year ahead of me in scuba diving. And yeah, like mentally I'm fine with a snorkel. Because if I see a shark, I can get back to the boat a lot faster than I can get 60 feet back to the surface.
I hear you.
And that's God's honest
truth. By the way, I was so traumatized by Jaws. Jaws did to swimming what Psycho did to taking showers. And
so what Gary's saying is he hasn't taken a shower since the 70s.
Oh, ever. No. So like I went through Jaws with my dad. I was 11 years old, and we had to go at night to the laundromat at our apartment complex. It was one of those big basement rooms that you could actually get into through the back door, and you'd walk in, there were all these washing machines and dryers, concrete floor painted black, okay, and it had flooded in there. And it was a step down about that far. So it was about a 2-inch to 3-inch step down. It was flooded. I would not go in there because of that water.
I wouldn't either.
My dad looked at me and goes, Gary, there's no sharks in there. And I went, can you guarantee me that? I guarantee you there are no sharks in there. I don't believe you. You would lie to me just to get me to do something. I wouldn't go in there. That's how bad Jaws was.
If I had said that to my father, he would have taken me by the back of my collar and thrown me in there.
That's what my
father. I had a very diplomatic way of saying things to my dad when I was a kid. But I would say things like that, but they were very diplomatic in how I said it. It wasn't until I turned 16 that I released the dick in me.
Oh, gross. You released the dick to your father? That's disgusting. Why would you say that?
I phrased the words in me, but that was
that's still not helping.
You should have said that I was, doing that. But I would say, because my dad was balding when he hit his 40s, and I was merciless on his balding. And one of the worst things that ever happened, I was 17, and my dad's on those arm crutches, because he was disabled. And he was walking. I called him an imperial walker.
You deserved everything your father gave to you. Really.
My dad's yelling at me, and I'm mocking him, and he starts coming at me. He says, "Boy," but here's the thing: I would start getting my dad laughing, and the more he laughed, the madder he got. But I enjoyed getting the laughs, so I would just keep fucking with him. And he would start coming at me, and I'd start backing away from him. So, and you got to understand, this is the monkey chase the weasel moment, where you had a kitchen that was offset with the dining room that went into the hallway that went back into the kitchen. So it was a circle, and he's chasing me, and I kept making jokes like, "Dad, I'm getting away from you. At some point, I'm going to catch you." And that made him so mad. He's laughing. And then finally I said, "Here, Dad, I'll slow down for you." And I started imitating him walking, making the sound effect of the walking on walkers. And I'm like, "Is this better, Dad?" Now, right when I fucking did this, I forgot that they're detachable. And he took one of them off his arm. He stopped and he threw it like a spear. And I turned to look, and it hit right between my feet. And I went down like a rock. And I hit the ground, caught myself, and I rolled back over to see him, and he was on me. And I let out this scream. Ah!
Oh my God.
And I leapt up and I ran out of the apartment. I had to go to he's still what I still love this guy. He's my dad's best friend. We're still close to this day, and he remembers that. He says, "Yeah, your dad really wanted to kill you that day." And I'm like, I know.
Wow.
Murder me.
I think I speak for the rest of the panel and the chat when I say he should have.
He probably. One of the funniest moments with him, though, is because Arizona accent, by the way, isn't an accent; it's a pattern, and people from Phoenix tend to speak very quickly. And I got that when I was little, and it would happen, and I would say things, and it would say it really quickly to where somebody would stop and go, "What the fuck did you just say?" And it happened to my dad one day, and he says, "Come on, boy, we got to go," because we had baseball practice. And I said, "After P." And he goes, "What's F trippy?" And I'm like, "No, after I pee." And he goes, "What the fuck's wrong with the way you talk?" It's like, say
I get
words.
that all the time as a New Yorker. Trust me.
So just to back up a little bit, Gary, you said your father showed you Psycho?
No.
No? My father showed me Psycho.
I saw Psycho while living with my dad, but I watched it on my own. It was on TV one night. And it was, of course, the
Bill, what about you? What was the first time you saw Psycho by Hitchcock?
Shit. I can't recall actually.
Were you with it?
I recall the movies that traumatized me. No, I'm probably with my friends on the download, probably watching that. Not with the.
You're not that old. You didn't see it in the theater when it came out.
Oh no! I saw Jaws in the theater. Because I was a little kid.
I saw Jaws in the theater at what my father called the Tampa Theater, because it was this old style opera house that had been reconstructed into a movie theater, and they showed old films. I was maybe 10, and Dad took us to see Jaws. Yeah, it kind of scared us.
Yeah, they took me for that one. My father took me for that one, for Jaws.
Das Wolfen, you've seen Psycho?
Oh, yeah.
Hitchcock?
Yeah, no, I didn't see it. I saw it in the 80s because I had my own VCR like when I was 12 or 13.
You watched it alone?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the both of you?
Horror movies do not scare me. The only movie that's ever scared me is The Swarm.
That scared the hell out of me, man.
This trailer.
I had my father sitting next to me, so when I got scared, I could be like, "Dad!" That final trailer scene when she comes down the stairs, or he comes down the stairs dressed like his mother.
This trailer in 1974, I was 10 years old, scared me so badly. I didn't see this movie until I was 18. And it's 25 seconds long. If we get claimed, I'll delete it later. But fuck, man, this trailer scared the shit out of me. On TV.
The Davises have had a baby, but they're not sending out any announcements.
Oh.
Most new parents are a little scared when they have a baby. The Davises are terrified. You see, there's only one thing wrong with the Davis baby. It's alive. It's alive. Don't see it alone. Please.
That fucking thing scared the shit out of me. Little pig hand and that fucking weird scream.
But I think Darius Munchausen and I are somehow related. That's what my father called it. Was the Tampa Theater.
Yeah.
Not the Tampa Theater.
The Omen freaked me out. It didn't scare me. Exorcist never scared me.
Exorcist scared the hell out of me.
I'm Catholic, and I was raised, in the Catholic Church, and so that movie didn't scare me. I understood that it was really a passion play about a man that's lost his faith that gets it back, and in the moment of his rekindling of his faith, he sacrifices his life to save an innocent.
I had none of that.
I
was all focused on Reagan.
I also read the book before I saw the film. I read the book, but anyway, we've reached the end of the show here. We got to get ready for TGIF. I don't know what we're going to do because Kieran's not going to be there. We'll still go over some geekosity.
Is he straight? This is your fault, by the way.
It's my fault that you say fucked up shit. Okay. But I want to thank everybody for being here today. I'm sorry it wasn't a regular show, but everybody's missing. John had some stuff to do. Anima needed sleep. Don's sick as shit. So the crew wasn't here. It just it is what it is. And I'm just not going to talk about those shows by myself. I just think it's weird. So it was fun doing the show this way. I enjoyed it very much. I want to thank Monkey Jeebus, Penny, D. Bud Martin. I'm not going to thank Bush McFadden because he's here now. Lady Alex Moore, Darius Munchausen, the safest Munchausen for children. Dad Man Walking. The Dork Knight was here. I want to thank all you guys for being here. Alex, of course, who's over in Maryland, England. And Penny, of course. Thanks everybody for being here. Fun show today. It was fun. Thanks for jumping on, Bush. Martin, as always, thank you for being the right side of my brain. Bill, thank you again for running the show. And Dust Wolfen, thanks for popping in here near the end of the show.
Yeah,
and
I got finished with what I needed to do. So
yeah,
before we go, can I say my piece?
Well, it's the end of the show. It's like it's over. In fact, when I say this next thing, it's over, which is see y'all.
Those sons of bitches. Ma, I'm doing a show.